care.
What? Why are we live? I have wine. It's all right. It's not right to make a girl laugh when she has wine in her mouth.
Well, it's better than other things.
We make circles cry. Oh God. Hello, fair viewers. I just feel like we need to apologize right off the bat because Amok and I have been on vacation together for almost a week now, and we've been at Disney World.
Woo-hoo.
And I don't know if you know this, but first of all, alcohol can be found at Disney World quite easily. And things are funnier at Disney World than they are in real life. And
So that might be the sleep deprivation.
right, we're a little sleep deprived too. And yeah, so we apologize in advance because there may be several outbursts of so much laughter that we are all reduced to tears, which will either make this extremely hilarious for you to watch or so boring you turn it off halfway through. Sorry.
We'll take either one.
Sorry, not sorry.
Say, I apologize for nothing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you turn it off in the middle, you might miss something really, really funny in the end. So you might not want to do that. Just saying. We're funny gals. Well, we think so. Maybe.
I'm going with I'm brilliant.
Yes, you are.
I amuse myself.
Like my said while y'all are talking.
Oh my. So the subject matter this week is a little thin.
Just because we haven't cared enough to pay attention to the news this week. Mine is because it's a holiday week for me, and I didn't want to be bothered with news because the news sucks. It's always bad. Everybody's just mad at each other.
It's bringing me down, man.
It is.
So we did follow the president's suggestion, and at Thanksgiving yesterday, when we were a little drunk and eating pizza and had moved a total of 357 steps during the day, we did talk about guns.
Yeah.
We both decided we liked them.
Yeah, the conversation went, I like guns. How about you? Yep.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
And scene. It was awesome. So we like the Second Amendment. How about you?
I love it. I want to buy more guns.
Right, me too.
I'm just trying to debate what kind of gun to get next, because part of me really wants to get a 1911, but I really would like to get one of those scary looking guns, you know, like the long arms with all the scary accessories that, you know, totally like assault rifles and whatnot.
Is that a technical term, a scary accessory? Is there a section at the store? I need the scary accessories.
I think there is. And I think you want a black gun, right? Because you're not a racist.
Right.
Black guns matter.
Again, I so apologize, world. Oh my gosh. Okay. The strangest things will strike me as funny right now because I am tired, I am drinking, and I've had an amazing week so far. So things are funny that shouldn't be, like black guns matter.
Just be grateful she's not bursting into song. Because that's happened.
It does happen frequently.
I was going to say, wait 5-10 more minutes and it will happen.
Oh boy, a few more sips of wine that I don't spit out and we should be fine.
No, I've decided in January, I think I'm buying a shotgun. And the conversation with my dad went like this a couple months ago. And he said, I decided I'm going to buy a shotgun. And he goes, well, why? And I said, because I can. I mean, honestly, do I need any more reason than that? And he's like, no. And I'm like, no. I mean, that's legitimately my reason. I have a couple handguns. I like them. I'm good at them. I obviously learned to shoot an M16 in the Air Force. I was good at that. So I figured, when I got divorced, the big guns went with my ex for some reason. The small ones went with me. And I figured I want my big ones back. So
Sexism, that's why.
Right? I mean,
overcompensation.
I think he was jealous I was better at him than he was. So
Probably. Well, he needed to practice, so that's why he got the guns.
Yeah. It was overcompensation, that's for sure.
The truth comes out. We are just cracking Sparkles up. This is hilarious. I wish y'all could see her right now because she's like dying. This is the way it goes. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I like guns. I need to upgrade mine. I have a 9. I want to upgrade it to a 45. I'm better with a 45 than I am a 9. It's not as concealable, obviously, but my shots are all like right in the middle. Oh boy. Yeah, you don't want to mess with me if a 45 is in my hand. I'll take you down. If I have to. It's not just that I'm going to go out and shoot anybody, but if I had to.
I like the idea of a shotgun, like especially like the pump ones, because those are intimidating. Like if you come into my house, all I have to do is just, and then, there's no messing around after that point. You know that I mean business. I don't even have to say words. You just hear the and then story's over. I don't need to call 911. I've got the thing. Yeah. And that is the technical term.
I just want the kind that you could put over your lap, like the grandma from Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh my gosh.
Like I sit on my porch and yell at people all day and they go, "Get off my lawn." That's all I want.
I think
I'm a simple person.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. I think we should all get those. We should all get those and end up in the same nursing home together and end up out on the veranda. It'd be the best defended nursing home ever.
Yeah, but can we just have really hot nurses though? Because when I'm old and in a nursing home, I fully plan on just being totally inappropriate. So, I mean, I need to have something to be inappropriate too.
And
I was just thinking, if we all have guns sitting at the nursing home, Cards Against Humanity is going to go to a whole different level.
Right?
What? That would be weird.
And so much fun.
It really would be.
I keep trying to convince Jay that we need to have a Cards Against Humanity day, but that never seems to manifest itself.
Hey, Sparkles, did
Yes.
you hear about the Black Friday deal that Cards Against Humanity was offering?
Oh yeah.
Was it like the one they offered last year?
Well, I don't know, but the one this year is you give them $5 and they give you nothing.
No, that's better than last year. I think, was it last year? They sold a game called Bullshit, and you ordered it, and you got actually a box of shit from a bull.
Nice.
That's epic.
That's sweet. Yeah, no, this is you just give them $5. It's only $5.
Only $5.
And you get nothing.
Yeah, apparently they closed down all of their store and the only option was to buy nothing for $5.
I want to know how much money they made, because I have a feeling there's people out there that actually did that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I might have if I had $5 to spare, but I'm at Disney World, and I don't know if y'all know this, but a hot dog at Disney World is like $9. I'm not even lying. So there's that. All my money has gone to food. Oh, but I found the best scarf, and it took me forever to find it, but I found it, and I'm going to wear it because it's beautiful.
And that only cost you what, like $75, $80 for a $5 scarf?
$21.95.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a magic number here, and like it's the Disney magic number. And no lie, you literally turn anything over, and if I've found that if you really like it, then it's probably $25.
Yeah, $24.95 is the go-to number on most merchandise here at the parks.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We're like, what's that cost? Oh, $24.95.
And it doesn't seem to be like, if it looks expensive, $24.95. If it looks like it's gonna be crap, $24.95. If
So
it's
instead of dollar stores, they had $24.95 stores.
yes, that's it.
Pretty much. Yeah. So it's very strange, but I managed to keep my souvenir buying to a fair minimum. I bought the best shirts, but I can't really say because my husband might actually watch this and it's a surprise. So next May Dames, I will tell you the t-shirts that I bought because they're epic.
Yeah, but the stuff I bought, I can tell because
Yes.
I'll give my stuff before this will come out, probably.
Or before
No,
he'll
they're
actually
coming out
see it,
tomorrow morning.
probably.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
before. Yeah, so I'm a huge Star Wars fan. My boyfriend's a huge Star Wars fan. Like, huge. And so I got him this t-shirt that said tall, dark, and evil. And it is the best because he fulfills all three of those categories: tall, dark, and a little bit evil. So it worked well.
It has Darth Vader on it.
And it has
too.
Darth
It's really
Vader on
cool.
it. And then the best though, is a toy that I think was made for children. It's
so bad.
It's terrible. I kind of think maybe you should talk. I think it needs to be shown.
Yeah. Okay, so she'll bring it out. Go
I gotta go find
it. So I'm gonna try to prepare you for this because the epicness is amazing. So she took a picture of it and she sent it to her boyfriend, who came back with a response of, "Whoa, cool." So we had to make a U-turn and go back to the store and get said item. It's in the car. So this might take a little longer. So, but it's okay. So we made a U-turn, we went back and we bought the item. And then I'm gonna have to have the item shown before I tell the rest of the story because otherwise the rest of the story won't be as funny. Suffice to say, I don't think anybody was thinking when they created this particular toy. Because it has so much potential to be used incorrectly. Here it comes. They're handcuffs.
They're handcuffs for stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm.
Imperial binders.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
She gets it.
so, like, how could I not?
Okay, so I told him his response was, "Whoa, cool."
Right?
So we went back and we bought him.
Like, literally just turned around and was like, yeah, look at that.
But here's a funny story. So we went on Star Tours, and the first time we went on it, they're like, "We know you have this rebel spy," and a Muck's picture shows up. We're like, "Yes, she's the rebel spy."
Whoa.
Okay, so after purchasing these, and her boyfriend not knowing that they have been purchased, she texted him and said, what did you say?
This rebel spy has been very, very bad.
Yes.
and the answer I got back was, okay.
I thought it was LOL.
Oh, it was LOL.
LOL.
That's what it was. Nothing else.
Nothing else. So we're disappointed
A little bit.
that his imagination did not show through in the text. However, it will be very interesting to see when he's presented with the Imperial binders. Again, I'm not sure what they were thinking, I know what I'm thinking, but I don't know what the toy manufacturer was thinking when they're like, oh, let's make Imperial binders. This will be fun.
It even comes with a belt clip so you can put it on your...
It's true, it does. In case you really, really want to dress like a stormtrooper, you can hook those suckers right on. In case there's a Wookiee or something that you need to like handcuff.
And that's not a euphemism.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
Yeah. It's been a day. We rode the Yeti. And we can thank a particular gentleman by the name of Zach for that phrasing. We went on Expedition Everest, and the only comment underneath was, so you're riding the Yeti? Weird friends. That's all I have to say.
And we love it.
Oh my gosh, do we ever. Anyway, if you get the chance, you should come down to Disney World and ride the Yeti and get yourself some Imperial binders because woohoo, Disney has a dark side.
Who knew?
It's the adult version of Disney. Hello. Yes. We've rendered Sparkles speechless.
Yes, you have. So speaking of the adult side of Disney, did you guys have fun drinking your way through Epcot?
Oh my God, so much fun.
So much fun.
Okay, but I need to look something up because we started in Canada and I had a very good beer called La Fin du Monde, and it's very similar to Blue Moon, but it's better. It was ridiculously good. Now, granted, we started there, and I was maybe a little bit hungry, but we had eaten right before we
did.
We had the pretzel.
Yeah.
And that beer hit me so hard. I was like halfway through, and
We were already like...
that was the Adele photo and the Lionel Richie photo. That was...
Oh, yeah, we did take... There's a photo booth. And we took pictures, and I called Adele because for 3.5 weeks, that stupid Hello song was stuck in my head, like stuck on repeat. And not even the whole song, just the chorus. Which is really annoying.
Horrible.
After like 3 hours, but 3.5 weeks of in my head. So I called Adele and basically told her she needed to shut up. And then
I called Lionel Richie and it was very annoyed with his very slow hello. Is it me you're looking for? So that brilliant plan was hatched on half a beer.
And then we sat there on the fence and just laughed for about 15 minutes.
And stellar employee that I am, I was working. Just FYI.
Like actually working.
Like for realsies working.
Oh, and in Canada, I found chapsticks that were
yes,
beaver butt and
ferret fart.
This is another gift that Jay's getting too. He's getting chapstick.
Oh my gosh,
with ferret farts.
Are you gonna kiss him with ferret farts on his lips?
Absolutely. I'm gonna put some beaver butt. And we'll mix it, and that'll just...
You got a third one. What was the third one?
No, I just got the 2.
Oh, you only got the 2? I thought that...
no, the other one was like moose. No, but I did look at the like bottom, like the pajamas that like the bottom flaps.
Oh, right. You took a picture of that. That's right. That was funny.
I did take a picture of the butt flap pajamas.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So Canada gave us good laughs.
Yeah.
Then we went to the UK because
obviously,
clearly that's where you go after you visit Canada. And the bartender guy, who's not really a bartender, anyway, service guy. So I had my hair up and he goes, I'm sorry, is that a TARDIS behind your ear? I said, yes. And I showed him my TARDIS. He's like, that's really cool. I lived in Cardiff I met all of them,
Worked
including David Tennant.
He worked at the Starbucks in Cardiff, and they went there every day. I met them.
Wait, make a noise, Jenny. Sparkles. Make a noise. Okay, this is Sparkles' face right now.
See, now they can't see it because they got it on me. No, you got to make a noise for the show.
Right? I need to find a way to make a noise so people can see some of your facial expressions because they're priceless. Anywho, he said that David Tennant is just the nicest man ever. And I'm like, well, obviously, because he's David Tennant and he's amazing. So we left the UK. And
we ate and we had another beer.
Well, I had the lemonade thingy.
Oh, that's right. But I had a beer that was from Whiskey Cask.
The Innocent Gun.
Was just so good.
I recommended it.
So good.
And then we went to France.
Yeah.
Oh, France. What the hell did we have in France? We had treats.
We had I had an almond pastry thing.
I had a raspberry chocolate thing that was amazing.
It was so good. And then I had
you had the slushy.
Yeah, I had the vodka slushy, which previously I had been in love with, but since I've been diagnosed as type 1, I try to avoid the sugary things. And I was like, you know what? I've been really good. My sugar's been really good. This shouldn't be an issue. So I got it, and that was a terrible life choice because it was so sugary and so gross. It made me feel so bleh. So
it was the only terrible life choice, though, that we made that day, really.
Yeah.
So I had champagne, and it was amazing.
But then we went to Japan, and I had a beer in Japan, and that fixed the terrible life choice.
And I had fizzy sake. No lie. It was like champagne sake. It was really good.
Yeah.
And then Morocco. We kind of skipped Morocco.
We did because they had weird beer.
They had weird stuff, and I had a customer that was just ornery. Oh my gosh, so rude. Anyway, moving on.
Then in Italy we had the sparkling wine flight.
Oh, it was so good.
It was really good.
I gave her all my peach, and she gave me all her red.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They were really good. We both liked the dry one, though.
Yeah. And then we had dinner in Germany, which was amazing.
So much food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness.
And we sat next to the guy at our table because of the Germany restaurant. Oh, my God. The guy.
This so funny.
Yeah. So the guy in the German restaurant apparently had been prior military, which is great. And I'm as prior military, I was like, oh, this is gonna be exciting. I have somebody who's kind of I get whatever, sure, cool. But he's sitting down with his family and he's talking, and he said he made the comment to his family that Porsche was a German company, but then the best part was, and he said that the Porsche engines were the same engines that were in VWs. And I about died. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not even close a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So just in case all of y'all want to know, if you drive a VW, guess what? You now have apparently the engine of a Porsche. You're welcome. And if you drive a Porsche, well, then you just got screwed because, you apparently are driving a fancy, expensive VW.
But he was also talking about the Mercedes too. That the Mercedes led to the Porsche.
Oh yeah, something about him. Yeah, he was just wrong.
It was, everything about it was wrong.
So wrong.
They were a nice family.
They were.
They weren't too bright, but they were nice. Mm-hmm. And then after Germany was
the fireworks. Well, I mean,
but we made our way around because we didn't drink in Germany. We made that choice. We elected to go.
Oh, past. We went to Norway and we got beer in Norway.
I had wine and you had beer.
Yeah.
And then Mexico. However, the idea of a margarita was sickening.
And I couldn't figure out how to say we might be drunk in Spanish. So I figured if we couldn't figure out how to say that, then we probably were too drunk to continue.
So we made our way back and had dinner, and then we watched Illuminations, and I cried. Yeah, I was a hot mess by the time. But I would have been a hot mess whether I was drunk or not, because Illuminations just makes me cry because it's amazing. Mm-hmm. The music is just playing in my head right now, actually. That's what happens. So, and I cried when we left Disneyland today, or Disney Magic Kingdom.
Their place.
Yeah. I cried. I wasn't going to, and then I was like, boo! I'll come back someday.
Yeah, we're gonna go back. Or make this a thing. We have to get the rest of the Imperial bondage set.
Right. We decided there needs to be like a floating ball with a syringe so that we can play Princess Leia properly. You're welcome, Star Wars geeks. Yeah. Do you need a gold?
Speaking of Star Wars.
What?
It says, speaking of Star Wars, so we can have like a little bit of news on this episode. Okay. I know you guys haven't really been paying attention. I don't know if you guys ever watched Red Eye or the Gutfeld show. Mm-hmm. Do you know who Catherine Timpf is? Blonde.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she made a comment on Red Eye that she doesn't really get Star Wars, and made a comment about the lightsabers and not. She called them nerd sticks. And here's my thing. It's like, okay, so she's not part of the fandom, whatever. Not everybody is part of this fandom. She got death threats over this.
What? Over the nerd sticks?
Yeah, because she doesn't like Star Wars. A lot of people started going after her, and it's just like, really? Because she doesn't like your fandom. I'm like, that makes no sense. And then other people started attacking her because she was calling these Star Wars fans out for being bullies, and they're like, well, I've been bullied and you should just get over it. And it's like, what the hell? So not only is she getting beat up by the Star Wars people, when she called the Star Wars fans out for being bullies, all these other people are attacking her because she called out the bullies. It's like, so basically she's not allowed to say anything that she wants anymore.
That reminds me. I did read an article though, and I forget who with, but basically a bunch of like school Democrat like groups have gotten together and apparently been trying to start a petition that they want to ban any speech which could be considered hurtful. And all I can think of is that these are really some special snowflakes that we've got going on here, and I have quite a few hurtful words for them, because, people need to toughen up. I mean, life sucks. And, there are these things called bills and, life and bosses, and nobody really cares about your feelings in the real world. And it's also, but I think it's a slippery slope when we start saying, well, that hurts my feelings and I don't like it, so let's just ban it. And I'm like, nope, that's not the way it works. I hate to break it to you. No. You have the right to free speech, but you don't have the right to impinge on my right just because you got your feelings hurt, you like big stupid doo-doo head. I mean, that's really all I have to say about that.
My thing is, I've noticed lately, like every time when people get upset with each other on social media, they don't argue it out. Some of them will debate it. Some of them go straight to name calling, but there's been a growing number of people that their first instinct is to tell you to A, commit suicide, or B, I'm going to shoot, kill you, or you should be raped, then murdered. You know what I mean? It's like, It's like, where do we go from that leap? I'm like, I don't have a problem having an argument with people. I might go as far as name calling, but to tell somebody to kill themselves, or me actually saying, I'm going to come over and kill you myself. What?
No, I don't understand. I think that people nowadays, they don't understand that they do not have the right to not be offended. That's not a right that is extended to people.
Mm-mm.
I could say something that could be completely benign, and I could offend one of you guys. I could not mean to offend you because I think it's something that's funny, but you get offended. Well, that's your choice to be offended by something that I say, because I can't read minds. I don't know if anybody knows this, but just for the record, I actually failed ESP 101. So I don't know how to read minds. Sorry.
Well, but not only that, like you have, it's always a double standard. And I think that's the part that really gets me. And it's, you're allowed to say something, or I should say, let me back up. People are allowed to say something to me, and I'm not allowed to be upset. But I can't say the same thing to somebody else because, God forbid, I actually hurt their feelings. It never works in the way. Like, people, you can give it, but you can never take it. And the double standard really starts to drive me crazy because it's, you cannot have it both ways. You can't have the cake and eat it too. And you need to either grow up and take just what you dish, or you need to shut up and color. I mean, either way, just stop.
Okay, you're so like triggering me right now. I need to go find my safe space. And I need to have my security blanket wrapped around me because you're making me feel like all kinds of like weird feelings inside. So I'm starting to shake.
You have the feels, because the feels are pretty powerful.
Yeah, and contagious.
Yeah, it happens, unfortunately.
So we did see
the vaccine against that. But then the anti-vaccine people was sitting there going, it causes autism.
Yeah, causes. Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different ball bag. Oh my God, don't get me started on that. That makes me so unreasonably angry. The anti-vax people are like, my favorite though is that meme that goes around every once in a while that says, 500 years ago we ate all natural paleo, organic food, and we lived to the ripe old age of died at childbirth. And all I could think of, and then I have a friend on Facebook when I posted last time who is an anti-vaxxer and an organic paleo, homegrown, checks off all the boxes, and argued with me of how would a vaccine have prevented dying at childbirth? And all I'm thinking is, okay. I'm like, okay, if I have to explain that to you, it's not that dying in childbirth is preventable by a vaccine. It's that's the age at which they died because they weren't vaccinated. Everybody died at the age of 23. That's what people did. The average age of 500 years ago was literally 35. So
we all should be dead.
Yeah. I'm perfectly okay. I admit that there probably is an issue, and as people like to remind me, I'm not a parent, so therefore I cannot have an opinion. And all I could think of is, well, I do have 16 years of medical experience and have done some vaccination training through the Air Force. So you know what? I kind of might know a little bit.
No.
Obviously not. I don't have kids, so I therefore cannot have an opinion.
Well, obviously. Because of reasons.
Yeah. And then the people who remind me that I don't have kids tend to forget that there are reasons why that is not the case. So, and then I'm insulted, and then I'm insulted again. So that's always fun.
Are you offended? Is your offendometer set at 11?
No, because I'm a normal human being, and I realize that people are stupid. So,
well, yeah. That happened. Yeah.
I wish we could vaccinate against that.
Ooh, somebody could make a ton of money
Big Pharma would make it killing.
making a vaccine against stupid.
But
oh my goodness. Just think about it. With like G-Ray, we could start with that guy, and then Sean King, and then go to Mizzou.
yes.
Oh, Mizzou.
Oh, could you imagine how much money we can make in DC alone?
I know it'd be so much fun. I'd do it for free.
Just the whole state of Oregon. Could we just
California. Can we start with California?
Well, let's do test trials in Oregon because California has a wide population. Oregon isn't quite as populated. We could probably get away with some test trials in Oregon first.
That's a fair point.
And then bring it down to California later, you know?
Yeah, but okay, well, let's go back to Mizzou for a minute, okay? So, yeah, this is my favorite part about Mizzou is first of all, listen, I have so many issues with this story, like so many issues. First of all, starting with the fact that they should have pulled the scholarships of those kids. I mean, that's just number one. But second of all, after Paris happened, my favorite thing was all the students with the hashtag Black Lives Matter who were saying, how dare this happen to white people and take away our platform. Obviously, they're like, nothing ever bad happens to black people, and only ever all I could think about was this: literally hundreds of people were murdered. But let's compare it to a poop swastika on a bathroom that nobody took a picture of. And
in this day and age, when everybody has a cell phone and a camera readily available.
My feelings are worth more than French lives. Don't you understand?
Yeah, I guess actual lives don't matter because there was no black people. And I don't mean to be. I feel like I need to preface that with I'm not being racist. I'm just like there were literally people who died here. People priorities. We have priorities,
but feelings.
Feelings.
And
yeah, there was a lot of stupid that came out after the attacks in Paris. There was a pastor. I forgot the name of the song that was playing when it happened in that concert hall. It said something about like dancing with the devil or something, or singing to the devil.
Oh, yeah.
And the pastor's sitting there going, "Well, they deserved it." You call yourself a Christian pastor? No. You need to go out into your prayer closet and you need to go have a talk with Jesus. That's what you need to do, because that's not how Jesus works.
I have a question. Does that pastor own a Bible?
Well, you can own one. Doesn't mean that you crack it open and read it.
But step one is make a noise. It would still make a noise when you opened it. It would be like,
yeah. One has to own
little mark balls come out.
little mark balls.
Oh my! No, that's
my holiday weekend, and I started drinking Wednesday when I woke up. So
nice. Good job. I'm proud of you. Because you're an overachiever.
Me too. We have another story about feels.
Oh,
do you remember the service dog?
Story.
Oh my gosh. So we went to Animal Kingdom today, right? And while we were walking through the gates, there was this lady who was dragging, and I'm not kidding when I'm telling you, she was dragging her service dog behind her. This service dog had to be about 18 years old and was the fattest dog I've ever, it was like a Labrador or something. It was a normal kind of looking dog, but it was so fat that it was like walking.
It had ceased to be a service dog and had turned into a pet.
It was her emotional service dog. And all I could think of is if your service dog qualifies for its own service dog, then maybe you need to find a new dog. Yeah. And I felt I mean, I didn't feel bad for the lady because, obviously, but I mean, I legitimately felt bad for this dog because he had obviously been dragged all around Animal Kingdom, and it just looked like he was going to die. And all I could think of is, this is not where dogs need to go to die. This is the happiest place on earth, but that dog needs to be in its yard and just allowed to just lay and be lazy because that's what it obviously has been doing.
Because, like, we walked, what, like 6 miles today?
Yeah, a lot.
And part of that was at Animal Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Animal Kingdom is weird.
I am not.
I just have to say, like, okay, it's not laid out like the other Disney parks. It's not the wheel and spoke like the other ones are. And there's a lot of bamboo going on at the park, which obstructs your view to the rest of the park. So it doesn't matter if you have a map in your hands, which we did, or not. You do not know which direction you're going at any given time. Now, there's fairly ample signage, mostly because I think people kept getting lost in Animal Kingdom. But even with all the signage, we were like, we were there to do one thing. Ride the Yeti.
Ride the Yeti.
We were there to ride the Yeti. It took a little while to figure out which direction we were supposed to go to get to Expedition Everest. And then, even then, when you started walking it, the map is loosely based on the paths that you would take.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we ended up on a road that was not on the map.
Yeah, like, because we were on the bridge that went across, and
there was no bridge on the map.
I don't think the bridge was on the map.
Though I do have to admit, I am fairly good with directions, but every time this week I went to open the map, I kept looking for the "You Are Here" sticker, and there was no sticker to tell me where I was on my map.
The same map.
The exact same map. And I'm not kidding. Every time I'd pause and she'd be like, "You're looking for the "You Are Here," aren't you?" And I'm like, yep.
You gotta figure out where you are to start with. No, Animal Kingdom is just a strangely laid out park.
And
it wasn't well thought out.
Walkways are very narrow.
Oh, and a monk almost got run over today by what I am convinced was a drunk driver.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was totally drunk.
So they allow those stupid scooters, the motorized granny scooters, all over the parks. Like, every other person has one. It's ridiculous.
Which I think they need to have some kind of like reverse physical fitness test for, where you need to be like prove that you can't walk a certain distance. And I'm not trying to be rude to people who have invisible disabilities or diseases or anything like that. Like, I know that there are people who legitimately need them. But that being said,
this woman I don't think did.
A lot of them really don't, and I just
it's gotten to the point. Okay, so I've been coming to Disney World for like my whole life, and this year in particular, this visit,
it's been so bad.
There have been so many people in wheelchairs, so many people on motorized scooters. And lots of strollers. Oh my goodness, that seems to be the go-to like accessory for everyone is a stroller. It's ridiculous. But yeah, this one missed you by like that much. I'm like, look out! I was like trying to move her because this woman was driving through, going as fast as you can possibly go on one of those scooters, like weaving in and out of people. And then she got literally directly in front of us.
And she was doing that whole thing. Like,
and then yelling at people, get out of the way! Rawr! I'm like, oh, well, you're a pleasant lady. I'm so glad to make your acquaintance.
And then we ended up passing her again, which made it even better because I wanted to like look back and be like, you went really far, didn't you? Huh?
I wanted to flick her in the back of the head and walk away because she would never know it was me.
See, I would have gone with something more subtle because I know how my digestive system works when I'm vacationing and eating a whole bunch of junk. I would have just farted in her general direction because she would have been at the perfect height.
There you go. That's a good thing.
She really would have been. But she was angry and bitter and did not seem to have anybody with her. Shocking, I know.
Right?
But it was just so bizarre. Like, really, why are you running up on people? Like, almost running them? Because had she actually caught the back of Amok's leg, that would have been a travesty. Like, as fast as she was going, that would have been a medical emergency, I'm pretty sure, because there's not much room. Then it would have dragged your ankle right under.
Yeah, I mean, and if you think about, like, if you're at a grocery store and somebody hits you with a grocery cart in the back, that hurts. I mean, like, in the back of your ankle, that hurts. But if you get hit with a scooter going 5 miles an hour, however fast that is, yeah, that might. And I'm not usually prone to physical violence. I mean, I'm really not. And I would have totally I would have been, like, arrested and totally been, like, cool with spending the night in jail over that, because she would have deserved to get hit. And I don't ever say that, but yeah.
Yeah, she pretty much did.
It just is, no.
Overall, the trip's been amazing, but there's
so
been a couple things where we're like, really, Disney? Really? They got rid of the villain store.
What?
Yes.
It's gone. And there's like no villains merchandise either. None. It's like, this hurts me personally.
Physically. Like, that's my favorite store. Like, I had been looking forward to the villain store for days, and we finally got to MGM or Hollywood Studios or whatever it's called. And we went there, and I was going to, I mean, it ruined my day. I mean, I don't mean that in a dramatic way. I mean, like, it legitimately was, what is going on? Because it's my favorite. It's my favorite. Maleficent is my spirit animal. And I don't want a stupid coffee cup. Every other store had the same exact coffee cup.
Only one.
And I just wanted something that was.
It was devastating.
I felt deflated.
But the cast member that worked there, the guy that worked at the Sweet Spells, he was nice. So cool about it. He's like, look, every day we get multiple people in here asking where the store went. He goes, you need to write, you need to complain, and you need to keep doing it. He goes, they might actually bring it back. So
we should go start a hashtag.
Bring back the villains.
Because hashtags work.
Yeah.
Well, hashtag advocacy absolutely works all the time, 100%.
Hashtag villains' lives matter.
Amok wins the internet.
Right.
That's our new hashtag.
Dear Disney.
Villains' lives matter.
Villains' lives matter.
That does so many things because it brings awareness.
Right.
And it totally takes away from the Black Lives Matter situation because it totally makes fun of it. So it's a win for everyone, I think.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We did see, though, it was pretty cool. At Disney, they have a collection of, speaking of Black lives and all lives matter, they have at Disney a collection of patches of people who are first responders patches, which is really cool. So they have, so if you are a medic or a police or firefighter from wherever,
anywhere, they'll take them from
they'll
anywhere.
take your patch and they'll put it on the wall. And they have some really awesome patches. They have patches from the FDNY. They have patches from military units. They had a patch from the Lost World.
Yep.
Awesome.
So
Broward County Homicide was my favorite one, though. It was the Grim Reaper. Okay, holding justice scales.
Yeah.
Nice.
So cool.
Yeah. They had Yeah, they had a lot of really cool ones. They've had a couple rescue units that I've worked for, so that was pretty cool. But that was our highlight this evening, was discovering that gem. So
Well, and then we exit out of there right where the Main Street Electrical Parade started.
Yeah.
And had like an unobstructed view of it. So I think both of us have like 150 pictures of it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But that was fun. And then we left because we didn't want to deal with the fireworks crowd.
No. And we had to find our car, and that's always fun. So
Yeah, that was good times.
but I did pull up a little bit and let Shane watch the fireworks out of my sunroof. So I was nice enough to do that.
She opens up the center. I'm like, they're not going to be right above us. They're going to be like over there. And they were over there. We had to pull up. So I got to see some of the fireworks, which made me happy. But the biggest thing was I got to see illuminations, which is my favorite.
And
Come in. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. That's what it sounded like.
what was that?
That's an ice maker.
Oh.
We're in a vacation.
Oh no, okay, yeah. So how many redheads does it take to outsmart?
Okay, so Florida law. So the vacation home we're in has a pool, okay, which is
Amazing.
seriously awesome. However, Florida law says that on every door leading to where the pool is from the house, there has to be a pool alarm.
So the door opens and
it goes crazy. So
the first day we get here, we go to open the door, we read the instructions, we reread the instructions, and
like
just
open the door, hit the reset button.
and we open door and we close the door and I'm frantically hitting the reset. And so then we stop and we reread the instructions, and we're looking at each other
that.
we're confused. So we open the door again. So then we're like, okay, guess we're not going out to the pool. So finally, yesterday we decided we were taking the day off.
And it was so nice.
And it was, oh my gosh. So we tried to open the door that's in my room because I'm staying in the master
it
bedroom.
would not open.
The door wouldn't even open. It was like,
it wouldn't unlock. Like, I don't know. We tried every combination. I'm like, it won't open. It won't open.
And then we stood in front of the main door in the living room for like 10 minutes.
And we decided we didn't want to try it because we thought that alarm was broken.
We couldn't figure it out. We're like,
so there's another door over here that has an alarm on it. And we're like, okay.
So my job is to hold one finger in an ear and push the reset button. So as she puts a finger in one of her ears.
It's super loud. And so, okay. So then we figure out you're supposed to push the button first. Okay?
But that's not how
the instructions say. Open door, press reset button.
And close within 7 seconds.
But you lose the connection and it goes crazy. So we finally figure it out. And we're like, okay, we're awesome. We can go to the pool now.
So 4 days later, we finally get in the pool.
So I went out front for a little bit and I come back in and there's chirp. Like every 2 minutes. Chirp. What the fuck? So I'm looking online. I'm trying to figure out how to make this thing stop.
We're
chirping.
watching TV and like literally for 2 hours we're just like trying.
We're like, what did we do? So I'm trying to figure it out. We're trying all different things and it like stops for a minute and then it doesn't. So then we made it made the alarm go off again, and it was ridiculous. So finally, she calls the rental company that runs the property.
And I got some dude who goes, just take the battery out.
And all we could think about was,
Why didn't we think about that 4 days ago?
probably should have just done that.
Because then we could have left the door open.
So then we had access to the pool, which was very cold. It's supposed to be heated, and maybe it is, but frigid is a good word. I did get all the way in, and I mean all the way in, like my hair got wet. But I didn't last long. I was out within 10 minutes, 15 max.
But we still enjoyed it, and we finally were glad we got out there. So
yeah, because it's lovely out there. But yeah. So just so you all know, if you come down to Florida and you've got a vacation rental home and you want to get out to the pool,
you hit the button
you
first.
hit the button first,
and
then open the door. Okay? And you have 7 seconds to get out and close the door. There should be a button on the outside. Press the button, open the door. You have 7 seconds to come in and close the door. Or you could just take out the battery. You know, those are your options. So it's been an adventure here. It really has been. And tomorrow should be very fun.
Yeah, because tomorrow we're driving back to my house. So we have an 8.5-hour road trip. So if Shane if you get called because somebody needs to be picked up on the side of the road because we've killed each other,
you'll know why.
You'll know why. So
we have issues. We know it. But actually, I think the music will help us, and we tend to yell at the same drivers, so that's always helpful.
This is true.
Because there are some mega stupid drivers out there. What? Oh my goodness. Oh, and it gets worse. We saw a horrible accident today. Not the actual accident happened, but the aftermath. Like, I can't even figure out how that accident happened. There was a car going the wrong way, or it was at least turned the wrong way.
Facing the wrong way, yeah.
And then there was another car that had like run up and ran into some pipes and
literally probably a quarter of a mile from the front gates of Disney World. So literally somebody's worst day ever at the happiest place on earth. I mean, the irony is just...
Go to Disney World, get into a car wreck. Why not? But the good news was it happened at a gas station and there's a car rental place right behind it. So, you know, hey, everybody wins. So, anyway.
It worked out well.
Okay, real quick, we've got 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like looking at my time. So, y'all hear who in Hollywood now has a HIV?
Yes.
Now, is anybody surprised?
No.
Okay.
I am a little surprised that he's not giving it to more people, though. I'm legitimately surprised about that.
I think it's hilarious that he finally came forward because he started running out of hush money.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, we all have our reasons.
But I also,
right.
I don't know. I mean, I don't actually even find him attractive. And maybe women like were with him because of the money, but it's one of those things where I don't know. I mean, is it really the money and the fame that women are after, or is there really people out there who are like, oh yeah, he's hot? Because
oh no, there's people that think he's hot.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Even now?
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
I think he was hot when he was younger, but once he got meth mouth, nah.
I think the point at which he lost me was the winning and Adonis DNA and tiger's blood. Tiger's blood. Yeah.
But I think that came though because I was reading that happened. That whole meltdown happened right after he found out he was HIV positive.
That would make sense.
So he had kind of like went off the rails.
He got a tattoo when he was HIV positive. What? No, that's not good.
He did a lot of things.
He's an idiot.
I kind of knew that.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway. All right. We're wrapping up.
Yeah.
If you take umbrage with anything that I've said, you can go ahead and tweet me at InDepthGirlism. I'll be happy to respond probably when I'm sober.
And if you would like to add join the Villains Lives Matter movement,
yeah,
you can tweet me at RunAmuckAmuck.
There you go.
Or just hashtag it because,
Hashtag all day long, baby.
Villains Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
True story.
So.
And yeah, if I said anything today that offended you, you can just go ahead and tell me at Beautifly Wings, and I'll just throw you a raspberry back at you, going and so yeah. So till next time, bye.
Bye. All.